Well, this is Caesarea. This is the great theater in Caesarea, as you can tell. It's been reconstructed because it was found under a sand dune a number of years ago. And right behind me you can see not only the stands, but the stage. But there used to be a huge backdrop on this stage. The backdrop went up almost 3 stories in elevation, and Josephus tells us that on top of that stage, Herod Agrippa I had actually set a throne. Well, over in Acts chapter 12, you have Herod Agrippa going up on that throne there to talk to a whole huge delegation that had come down from Tyre and Sidon about trading arrangements because they needed food that was produced here. And here in these stands that you can see behind me, this large delegation sat while Herod spoke. It was in the early hours of the morning when the sun was coming up to the east, which would be a way where the whole backdrop would have been lit by the morning sun. And Josephus tells us that he was wearing a robe that was actually woven with polished silver, so it shone very, very brightly there in the morning sunrise. As the sun came up and hit him, he shined like, well, like a god. And the people in the stands praised him. These are not the words of a man, but a god. And Herod Agrippa I accepted it. And God didn't. And God said, I'm going to kill you. He struck Herod Agrippa I with worms. Josephus tells us that the parasites ate him for 3 days until he died. Gruesome. But God will not be competed with. And I'm not really worried about when the world tries to put Jesus down or tell God that he doesn't exist anymore or put somebody up in his own place, that he knows how to deal with it. He's not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. He wants everyone saved. But there does come a point where somebody who will steal his glory and try and destroy his people, he will also take drastic measures. And this was one of those places where drastic measures was taken right here in the theater at Caesarea.